When is enough enough? When will America and the rest of the world wake the hell up? We are in trouble. We are repeating history. Foreign banks brag on CNBC and Time Magazine that they've conquered Europe and the United States by signing us on to their derivatives frauds. The president, the office of the president, is becoming a dictatorial system for these usurpers. We have had a private corporate takeover of America. 3 separate congressional hearings in 2012, the Joint Chiefs of Staff told Congress they don't have any power over war or over the purse, even though that's all in the Constitution, and that the president gets his orders from NATO and the UN. The president came out and said, I don't care if Congress won't pass my carbon taxes. I'm going to raise taxes that'll double energy prices for the American people. I'm going to, quote, bankrupt coal, which supplies over half our energy. It goes on and on and on. He says he got his authority to attack Libya and now Syria from the United Nations and NATO, even when the UN hasn't supported it. It is amazing. And now, with the fiscal cliff in this country being $16 trillion in fraudulent debt to the globalists, and we've signed on to over 1,000 trillion, you heard me right, of their derivatives garbage, the too big to fail, we're being told the president wants to be able to raise the debt limit whenever he wants. He wants Congress to vote to sign over their authority to him. This is incredible. Number one, the Congress can't vote away its constitutional powers because that's in the Constitution. And ladies and gentlemen, on the NDAA, he demanded, and his lawyers wrote it, where they could secretly arrest citizens. And Congress just wants to pass the buck and blame it on Obama, when he's a puppet as well. Congress is who is at fault here, letting the TSA do what they do. They created them. They just passed the buck. The NDAA, the illegal wars, the taxation without representation, they are being blackmailed and threatened. They're involved in insider trading, and they have federal courts rule that they're allowed to insider trade, but you or I can't. We're in deep trouble. The Congress are a bunch of traitors by and large, at least the leaders of the different centralized committees. The presidency's totally run by Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, and others. And we're being taken over and bankrupted by design like Europe. Look at this article by Kurt Nemo at Infowars.com. And it's got a link to Senator John Cornyn's own site saying, well, it's outrageous. And going on to say it's profoundly irresponsible. And it's so crazy an idea, I'm amazed that Secretary Geithner had the courage to float that yesterday. I mean, this is what we're talking about here. They do whatever they want. They order torture. They order wars. They order illegal drone attacks in countries and kill hundreds of innocent people to get one guy they claim's a terrorist. They torture people. You can't trust a government that tortures and then has the person say that they've committed crimes. This is what's going on in America. And again, all of you Obama supporter idiots, it's bigger than Obama and Romney. I'm not for Romney either, but Obama is the more effective evil because the so-called left stands down and endorses tyranny. And they are racing to say they're going to restrict guns outside of law, that he's just going to order the ATF to ban semi-autos. That's in the news. A civil war is going to start if they try that. Every other country has gone into tyranny. No country ever lasts more than 230 years. We're the world record, and we are literally going into incredible bondage. Congress just had 2 hearings about taking your private pension funds and having the government nationalize them and then take part of the money. Look at some of these headlines at Infowars.com in closing. I mean, it is time to wake up to what's going on. Obama wants dictatorial power to increase debt. The destruction of America, brought to you by J.P. Morgan Chase. Incredible video report Aaron Dykes and I put together. Absolutely essential. Shock video, Syrian rebel massacres 10 unarmed prisoners. Our own government putting Al-Qaeda in there. Democratic representative wants to deny free speech, a constitutional amendment. I mean, these people are crazy. See, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Once you get a tyranny and you put up with it, you just go off the cliff because then nobody can say no to the tyrants. And they get the power and it just accelerates. That's where we're at. For God's sakes, those of you that have said, Alex, we're not in trouble. America's not in debt. There's no new world order. It's all out in the open. Stop being delusional. Stand up and say no. And we need to have a 10th Amendment states' rights movement to checkmate the federal government that's been hijacked by the globalists. That's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. I'll be covering it Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, stations in your area, and back Monday, Lord willing. But let me tell you, when you've studied history, you know how much danger we're in. Do you hear me? We are in danger. Do you understand that? You are in danger. If you don't have the Bill of Rights and Constitution, everything's out the window. No protections, no nothing. It's like opening a portal on a spaceship and the atmosphere goes out, or opening a door on a submarine. Boom, you're dead politically. Boom. Your constitutional republic is on its knees. And now is the time to resist the globalist. Ladies and gentlemen, don't say I didn't warn you. Those of you that love tyranny, I'm just laughing at you. You have no idea how bad this is going to get. Once they get rid of the liberties and the freedoms, once they get rid of the checks and balances, Katie, bar the door. Alex Jones signing off for Infowars.com.